Welcome to LiveDaf, your online Daf Yomi Shir.
Shalom Aleichem. Welcome back to today's Daf, CHULLIN Daf Lamed Hey. We begin 9 lines from the top of the Yomit. Back to the discussion regarding a person who ate something which is impure, something which is at a certain level of tumah, and the question is, how does that impact the person with respect to further, interaction with holy material? Yosef Rav Yitzchak Bar Shmuel, he was sitting, right? Rav Yitzchak Bar Shmuel Bar Marta, he was sitting Kameid Rav Nachman. The Yosef Akamer, and he's sitting and saying over the following halach. So it was Rav Yitzchak speaking. Ha'eichel shlishi shel chulin shenasu al taras hakodesh. We have ordinary material, chulin, but it's being guarded, it's being treated as if it's kodesh, which a person can obligate himself to guard something as though. We discussed this at length yesterday. So he must apply the higher kodesh standard to this material, and in fact that's how it becomes a shlishi. In contrast to regular chulin, which can't go past a sheni. That's where it stops. It's limited at a sheni. Rishon, sheni, stop. But since it was artificially upgraded, and treated as though it's kachim, that gives it a chance to even get more tummy. Which means to say even a lesser tumah will affect even a shlishi, which is a very low level tumah, will affect it. So the chulin now is a shlishi. And he eats it. The person sits down and has this for a meal. Again, it was material, chulin, treated like kachim, which is a shlishi l'tumah, person eats it. Question: can this fellow now go eat real kachim? Or his consumption of this shlishi material perhaps makes him unfit, disqualified from eating kachim? We know that a shlishi is considered tamei regarding kadeshim. In fact, if it touches another kodesh material, it transmits tumah, it becomes a revi. So perhaps this person who ate the shlishi also becomes affected in a similar sense that he can't eat karbanis. It's like he became a revi. Torah, he's fully fine, he's okay. Torah lachem b'kodesh, he's okay eating kachim. Why? Because although regular kachim material, real carbon material, not just upgraded, sort of pretend kachim, legitimate kachim material can become a revi, which means to say that the shlishi is considered severely tamei to the extent that it can actually transmit further and carry over. Not so by this emulated kachim, by this chulin, which is being treated as though. It doesn't have that additional stringency. Rashi explains the concept that kodesh turns into a revi, that it goes that far, is midrabanan. It's a chumra midrabanan, which they only apply to actual original carbon material, sitting in a klisharet, but something which is just sort of verbally committed to the process of karbanos does not have that stringency. Hence, if the person eats this chulin, which is shlishi, although it's being treated as though it's kachim, but it's not really kachim, and therefore doesn't have this ability to carry past the shlishi. Torah lachal b'kodesh, he can eat karbanos. Why? The only thing that can actually generate a revi is actual original carbon material, elo kodesh, carbon material mekudesh, which is holy in the sense that it's inherently holy. Kedushas haguf, only that can do a revi. Not so in this case. Masiv Rami Bar Chama, I have a question from the Mishnah we had yesterday. Shlishi, a fellow sat down and had shlishi. Now, what was the shlishi? As we're going to see in a second, it was actually chulin, once again, that was being treated as if it's truma, which again endows it the ability, gives it the capacity to become a shlishi. If a person eats this, can he now go eat truma? No. Because shlishi is a problem regarding truma. Can he eat karbanis? No, of course not. Even worse, sheni l'kodesh, we treat it as though the food that he ate was really a sheni, one step higher, more strict, more severe. Which makes the eater a sheni as well. That's a special chumrah by karbanis. Vein sheni l'truma, but regarding interaction with truma, he's not treated like a sheni. Merely like a shlishi due to the fact that he consumed shlishi material. And again, what kind of material are we talking about? B'chulin, ordinary material. Shenasu al taras truma. It's being treated as if it's truma. He's obligated to watch it and guard it, and to give it the highest standards of truma, which allows it the capacity to become a shlishi. Upon eating this, the person becomes unfit. And regarding karbonis, we treat the material as though it was really a sheni, even higher, more tamei, which in turn makes the eater a sheni. And the question is why? Amai. Why does this material disqualify the eater from karbonis? Holav kadosh mekudushu. It's not genuine carbon material. So why would you say that the eater gets impacted by this? I think more at this point is sort of equating the two equations, just as it won't affect the eater in their earlier case, because even though it's shlishi, but it's not really carbon material, it's not kodesh mekudesh, so it can't go carry on further. Likewise in this case, why does this material affect the person? It's not genuine kachim material that has the ability to become, shlishi and revi. It's not even truma. It's chulin being treated as if. So he says, how could you compare the two things? Again, what are you asking? You're comparing the earlier case where we ate chulin that was being labeled as though it's kodesh. No problem. Person is tahar. He can eat kachim now. And here we say, when you eat this chulin that was labeled as truma, it does harm the person. It does disable him, disqualify him from eating karbanos. And you ask why? What's the difference? Big difference. Let's put aside this last case. Differentiate between this and the former case. In the earlier case, he was doing shmirah on the chulin as though it's kachim. So factually, it did become tummy, right? But a very weak tumah, only a shlishi. Okay, so it is a shlishi. It is what it is. But not worse than a shlishi. And if it's only a shlishi doesn't carry on, unless it's actual kodesh, not sort of imitated kodesh, as we explained. But here, we're not speaking about chulin that was being treated as kachim, rather it was being treated as truma. Truma. Put aside truma, meaning it's very different. Because, as we explained yesterday, every level needs its own personal, so to speak, type of guarding, type of attention, type of cognizance, type of shmirah. We know this in more detail in Maseches Chagiga. So even something which is guarded, so to speak, for the sake of, let's say, for chulin, it's not adequate for truma. So it can be considered tahar for chulin, but not for truma. Likewise, if something is being watched with truma in mind, it's not considered guarded, it's not considered tahar and safe regarding karbanis, which needs a higher status, and a higher level of shmirah, a higher level of attention, because of its greater level of kedusha. So it's like a relative tumah for this, like a split screen. Here it's tahar for this, but it's not good for that. And that thing which is tahar for that is not good for the next thing. It's like a chain, it's like a ladder which goes up and up. He says truma. True, it's good enough for truma. It was watched for truma. Hanach l'truma shetarasa, even the tahara status of truma is tumahi. It's considered impure eitzel hakodesh with respect to karbanis, which need a higher status, a higher standard, a higher degree of focus and attention. So back to our story. He had CHULLIN, which was being treated as if it's truma. It turned out really it got tummy. At the end of the day, it became a shlishi. Now, with respect to the eater of this material interacting with kachim, we suspect that perhaps this material wasn't just even a sheni, it was even more severely tummy. Perhaps even, it wasn't just a shlishi, perhaps it was even a sheni, which in turn makes the eater a sheni. Again, with respect to karbanos. So that explains why in this case he's affected as opposed to the previous case, where it was a very similar case but very different. It was CHULLIN being guarded al taras hakodesh. It was given the kodesh treatment. In that case, there were no suspicions, no different standards. It was meant for kodesh. So happens to be it got tummy, but only shlishi. Okay, so treat it as such. And a shlishi can't carry on, because the idea of carrying on to Ravi is only by actual kodesh, which has that extra chumrah, but not emulated kodesh. It's an interesting concept, this relative tumah concept. He says, "Umanat temra." Where do we find this type of concept? That it with respect to truma it's okay, it's tar, and with respect to kodesh it's tamei. I mean, how could you split hairs? He says, yeah, we find a precedent in a Mishnah. This very concept is discussed in Meseches Chagiga, Umanat temra desnan, big dama-oretz. The garments of an unlearned fellow, even if they're assumed to be tahar, midras, we treat them like they're severely tamei. Midras is something that a zav would sit on, which makes it tamei. Leprushin, for prushin, those that are separate. It's a term used to describe people that are careful and guarding themselves from tumah. They're known to conduct themselves in that way and maintain a very holy lifestyle. So the begadim of the Amaretz, despite their presumed non-tamei status, are not regarded as such for a parush. A parush can't assume that it's tar. For him, it's deemed tamei. There you go. So it could be tar for him and tamei for me. Let's go up another level. Ironically, the begadim of a parush are considered tamei for a person who's a tkayin, eating truma, who needs higher standards. Big day prushin are midras lechle truma. We're not done. Big day echle truma. The begadim of the truma eaters, whose begadim had been guarded for the sake of taharas truma, that's not enough. It's not sufficient for kachim. Midras lekodesh. Here you go. Here you see the relative tumah system. Likewise, the food guarded for truma purposes is not considered tar for kodesh. Amar Rava. How could you compare the two things? Midrasas ka'amras. You're proving from midras. Shani midrasas. Midrasas are very different. Return to Talmud Bavli. You know, over there is a pretty plausible basis for concern. Shema Tesha Alein Ishta Nida, perhaps the Amaris' wife, who had been tamei at the time, sat on the begadim. It makes sense that his begadim are at risk, but fruit, wheat, bar, I mean, aval peri, I'm reading about by peris, produce, which had been guarded in the silo. Okay, fine. You had in mind that to use it for truma, but it's guarded nevertheless. Why should you say that it's okay for truma but not for kodesh? That's a chiddush. Rabbi Yitzchak, he responds, he says, no, beper nami yamar. And he says this split system, this relative tumah, applies to produce as well. In order to achieve tahara for kodesh, it had to be watched for that sake. Masav Rabbi Yerim B'difti. I have a question on this point. When we are reading Rabbi Peri, do we apply this relative tumah system to produce as well? Tanan, listen to this Mishnah. Mamar. In Frashtu, Soicha Rabbi is kodesh nema. The Mishnah and the Gemara in Meseches Chagiga explained that the Amaretz was not known to guard his produce and keep them pure, so you can't know if he offers you some wine as truma, the kohen can't know what it is. He can't assume that it's tahar. However, if he claims they were careful with kodesh. So if he says, look, I put inside revius kodesh, a revius of wine meant for nesach and for karbanis. Oh, the Maritz knew that kodesh has got to be qatar. He knows how to watch that, and he's trusted on that. He's Naaman. Now, what do you mean he's Naaman? He's Naaman on that revius, but also on the whole barrel of truma. So we have a barrel which is partly for kodesh, and the rest is for truma. We say, look, he's trusted on the bit of wine that's meant for carbon, so we trust him on the whole barrel. The question is, what do you mean? We trust him on the whole barrel. The rest of the barrel is wine for truma. Now, truma, as we said, is considered tamei relative to kodesh. Now, they're both in the same barrel, touching each other. So truma should be matame the kodesh wine. We like a matame le truma the kodesh. We don't find truma as matame the kodesh. Now, according to you, you say taharasa, the tahara of truma is considered tuma, as though it's tamei he ate salakay regarding kodesh. To tamei truma the kodesh, the truma aspect of this barrel should be matame the kodesh element. Amalei says here it's different. It's one and the same entity, inseparable. If he's good on this, he's good on that. You're talking about a connected entity, and you want to sort of split it into two elements. You're suggesting tuma in a inseparable element. Tuma b'chibur and shani suggests that there is tuma between one element and the other of this inherently connected entity. That's very different. You can understand that it's not an issue. Why? It's inseparable. If he's trusted on this ounce, he's trusted on the whole thing. It's one body of liquid. The migo, since the mehemen HaKodesh, since he's trusted on the kodesh portion of this barrel, mehemen HaTrum, we trust him on Trum as well. We don't differentiate. So it's very different. But in our case, we have a banana which was guarded as though it's truma, is considered tummy for kodesh. Maser Rav Huna bar Nosson, I have a question on you. We have a Mishnah, Mesechus Taharis. Hasheni shebechulin mitame mashke chulin. Let's shift to chulin, regular chulin material. The initial tumah is called a rishon l'tumah, which carries over to the sheni l'tumah. Hasheni shebechulin, if it touches liquids, as we discussed the other day, liquids get upgraded due to their vulnerability to become tummy without hechsher, right? That's special tachanat chachamim. So water touches even a sheni, it becomes a rishon. It jumps up a step, matame mashke chulin, matame the mashke chulin, and turns them into a rishon. Upais leichle truma. Now again, this sheni of chulin, which touches truma material, it carries over and makes the truma a shlishi. That's why it's called paisel, because it doesn't carry further beyond shlishi. Paisel means it stops there. Shlishi. If you can somehow have chulin, which is a shlishi, how do you have that? We'll see in a minute. Because it was given the standard of kodesh, it was guarded as though it's kodesh. So it was now endowed with the capacity to become a shlishi. Now, if this shlishi touches kodesh material, what happens? It depends. If it's liquid, it's metame. Makes it tummy. Metame mashke kodesh makes it a rishon. So although the source material is merely a shlishi, but by kodesh, shlishi is tummy. So the water that touches the shlishi becomes a rishon. Kodesh. And regarding solid material, solid food, if the shlishi touch the echle kodesh, they turn into a puzzle. It becomes a revi, and that stops there. It's puzzle. Now, which chulin have the capacity to even become a shlishi? Typically, chulin stops at number 2 at sheni. But chulin shenasu ataras hakodesh. Chulin that was treated as though it's kodesh. So, what do we see from here? That even though it's not actual kodesh, it's not kodesh mekudash, it's chulin treated as is, as if it's kodesh, it can go on till Revi. And this is in contrast to Rabbi Yitzchak, who told us Revi, that's only for actual carbon material, not emulated, copied kodesh material. Says the Tanoi, actually it writes a machlekes Tanoim. This brisa holds, it carries on till Revi. But the next Tana, the next Mishnah, holds that it stops at shlishi. The sanyo, the snan, chulin shenasu ataras hakodesh, right? That's our case. Chulin was treated like kodesh. Harein kechulin. They're like chulin. They can't even become a shlishi. Apparently, he holds that you can't treat chulin like kodesh. Okay, that's one shita. Rabbi Lezer bar Tzadik Omer, you know what? It goes until the shlishi level, which is exactly what Rabbi Yitzchak told us, but it stops at a shlishi. That's the end of the system. Harein ketruma le'tamei shnayim l'v'salechot. It makes two tamei, and the third is the puzzle, which means to say rishon, sheni, and then the third is the shlishi lifsal. It just stops there, becomes disqualified. It's puzzle if it's the truma. So here we go. Machlekes Tanai regarding the ability to become a Revi. Actual Kodesh material, yes. What about pretend Kodesh material? Emulated, copied, artificially upgraded, Chulin. How far does it go? One shita says until Sheni, one says until Shlishi and no more. The third Tana says actually it's treated exactly like Korban, like Kodesh. It can carry over until a Revi. Okay, continues the Gemara. Back home, back to the Mishnah. Shimon Omer, Hushur b'shchita. We have a behemoth that was shecht, and there was no presence of blood. Tanakama says the material is not huchshar l'kabal tuma. It's not been completed, so to speak. It's not been fully produced as food, and until it interacts with liquid, it's not open to tuma. Reb Shimon says no. The actual shchita itself accomplishes that. It produced a flesh. It made something inedible into something edible. You don't have a greater completion than that. That's the biggest hechsher. Reb Shimon, the shchita itself is machsher. Now, sure, the shchita is machsher. What about dam? Does Reb Shimon agree to Tanakama that theoretically, he says in this case not needed, because the shchita itself will come, but theoretically does dam have the ability to be machsher? Now we're talking about dam of shchita. We're going to learn later that dam chalolam, pasuk dam chalolam yishta, dam of a killed animal, killed by a weapon, that blood is yishta, it's like liquid, it has the ability to be machsher. We also know that the dam of the animal just died, that's not called dam chalolam, that's not machsher. It has to be blood which expresses the life force of the animal. We know the lamashal, we know the dam agafasa, dam of a wound, that's not, it's just a trickle, that's not really the life force of the animal, it's not machsher. What about dam shchita, which is somewhere in between? It's produced by the act of shchita. Tanakama says that's like dam chalalim. It's machsher. What is Reb Shimon's opinion in this regard? Amar Rav Asi, Oimer hay Reb Shimon would hold shchita say machsheras v'leidam. He holds that only the shchita accomplishes hechsher, not the blood of the shchita. It's not called dam chalalim. It's a whole different type of dam produced by the shchita act. That doesn't count. That's a big chiddush. So, according to this, Tanakama holds dam shchita is machsher and is required for hechsher. Reb Shimon says it's not required. Shchita, in fact, does the hechsher, and in fact, the dam of shchita doesn't have the ability to be machsher. Rashi says difference would be, nafkamina is, let's say the dam shchita falls on some produce that never got hechsher, meaning the animal itself, once it experiences shchita, Reb Shimon agrees it's hechsher. That's his whole point, but here we're saying that the blood itself can also be machsher. Let's say it falls onto something else. That becomes huksha. Okay, continues the Gemara. Perhaps we have a proof to this assertion from a brisa. Where Reb Shimon expresses himself. Reb Shimon Omer huksha b'shchita. Sorry, this is our Mishnah actually. And our Mishnah says huchshur b'shchita, which indicates that only the shchita, my love, let's assume, he means to say b'shchita, only the shchita makes the hechsher, the act of shchita, but not the dam of shchita. No, af b'shchita, he meant to say also the shchita. The dam goes without saying. The point is, even the act of shchita without dam also accomplishes that. Tashma is another right. Amalan, Reb Shimon So the Rai says, Reb Shimon addressing the Chachamim. V'chi adam machsher. You think that dam makes the hechsher? Hello, shchita. That's the machsheres. It sounds like only shchita, not dam. Hachikam, it just means to say, lahen. You meant to tell him, v'chi dam b'lvad machsher. You think only blood does it? I agree it does, but you think that's the only way? Av shchita, av machsheres, shchita also. But he agrees that the blood as well. Tashma is another Rai. Shimon Aimer, dam ha-mes. An animal that died of natural causes, just died. So the blood of that animal ain't a machsher. That's not going to be machsher. Now let's assume, by inference, yeah, only that not. But dam of shchita, yes, my love. Let's assume hadam shchita is yamachsher according to Reb Shimon, because that's the life force in the animal. Lie, no, who says? Perhaps what he meant to say is the dam of the mace not, but hadam chalala machsher, dam of a killed animal, killed with a weapon. That's different. That's machsher, but not dam of shchita, right? Hadam shchita, aval dam shchita mai. So what do you mean to say that dam of shchita according to Reb Shimon loy machsher won't have hechsher? That's the case. Why didn't he reference that as a bigger chiddush? Usually when you teach, you try to highlight the bigger chiddush. Lishmeini should have told us, dam shchita. That's not going to be machsher. And certainly, right, you would think dam shchita, which exited during the, act of shchita, which is the expiring act of the animal, so perhaps that's similar enough to dam chalalim and is considered machsher, so he should have told us that it does. And of course, we would understand, of course, if that doesn't work, dam hamei, certainly the dam of a dead animal, of course, that's not dam chalalim. If in fact it's true that dam shchita doesn't work, he should have mentioned that. No, not necessarily. There was a reason, there was a point in him referencing dam hamei. There was a chiddush there. Dam hamei is strichle. He saw fit to present dam hamei and teach us about that. Why? Why would I think that it works? Perhaps you can consider the following. Pasuk says dam chalalim yishte, dam of a killed animal. You know what? The animal that died of natural causes has also been killed. Killed by whom? By the Malach HaMavis. So perhaps that also qualifies as dam chalalim. Mali katli. What's the difference? The person killed him. Mali katli. Malach HaMavis killed him. That's what I would think. Kamash one comes to Shimon and says no. Only dam chalalim actually killed that is called dam chalalim. That was his point. Don't think dam hamei is considered. But again, regarding dam shchita, we don't know. Tashmai comes another attempt at a raya. Shimon Aimer, dam magafasai, the blood trickling from the animal's wound, ain't a machsher, is not going to be machsher. By inference, we can learn, my love, let's assume, hadam shechita, dam of a proper shchita, proper lifeblood, machsher. No, hadam chalala machsher. He meant blood trickling from a wound is not machsher, but a dam exuding from the killed animal, that's machsher. But perhaps dam shchita not. Ava dam shchita, my la loy machsher, but dam shchita is not machsher. Again, a similar question as before, Lishmein. If that's the case, Reb Shimon should have highlighted that point. Dam shchita is not machsher. And I would say, of course, just a little blood trickle from a wound. If in fact dam shchita is not machsher, he should have brought that point out first. No, says the Gemara, there is a strong point in what he actually presents, because you would think dama gafas is trichle. He felt the need to discuss the dama gafas is trichle. Why? Perhaps I would say, perhaps that falls under the banner. It's categorized as dam chalalim. Look, he killed the whole animal. He killed just a wound is also like a partial killing, right? Perhaps I would say mali katli kula. What is the difference between killing the whole animal, mali katli palgo, blood that came from a partial killing, a partial, wound? Perhaps that also qualifies. And it doesn't. So that's his point. So again, regarding dam hameis, no. Dam chalalim, yes. Dam agafasai, no. Dam shchita, according to Tanakama, yes. According to Reb Shimon, we're not sure. Ask the Gemara, okay, so we know what, but what about the sources? Why? Umayishno dam chalalim de machsher. Why is dam chalalim machsher? The pasuk says, "V'dam chalalim yishte." The pasuk relates to dam chalalim as something that's yishte. Yishte means a drunk, a liquid, so it has that quality. Dam shchita namiksiv. Ala oretz tishbechanu kamayim. Well, by shchita it also speaks about being poured out like water. This is by the psula mikdashim, a carbon animal that went awry, right? It got a psul and blemished, and You can no longer use it for a carbon. You take it, you redeem it, right? And you can have it, you can eat it. So the pasuk there in the context of Psulam Dashim, giving us the allowance to shechted, it says, look, the blood is no longer holy, you don't have to take it to the Beis Hamikdash, just pour it out like water. Oh, dam shchita, like water. Perhaps indicating that it has the ability to be machshir like water. No, says the Gemara, that pasuk, l'mishri daman, is coming to teach us something else, not regarding hechsher. Just telling you that you could actually benefit from this blood. Don't think it's off limits. Don't think that the Torah only gives you limited allowance to access the basar in a certain way, right? We know there are all kinds of halachas. You can't work these animals. You can't share their wool, right? You can have the flesh, but that's it. So perhaps the blood is off limits. Maybe I would think so. Awul Mishri, it's coming to allow dam, the blood of these animals, of the Psulam Mikdashim Bana, allowing us to benefit from the dam. That's the point of the pasuk. Treat it like water. It's permissible. We turn to the next page. Perhaps I would say, meaning why do we need to even allow it? I would think perhaps you only have allowance, a limited allowance to eat the basar. We find that there are other restrictions on these animals. You can't share their wool. You can't work them in the field. So perhaps it's a limited heter just for the basar. And the blood would have to be buried. Daman, their blood, would have to be buried. That's what I would think, if not for the pasuk, allowing us. Kamashman comes to pasuk and says, its blood is like water, you can have it. But unrelated to the halacha of hechsher. Okay, one more line. Tanat V'Rabbi Shmuel. On this pasuk, v'dam chalalam yishter, teaching us that the blood of a chalal is regarded as liquid, is regarded as a machshir. Which blood? There's the initial trickle, then eventually there's flowing, and then there's the actual life force, which shoots out. Prat l'dam kiluach. Dam chalalim is a very specific dam. Rashi calls it the dam shanefesh yoitzebo, which expresses the life force of the animal. Only that is considered for hechsher, as opposed to the other blood trickling and flowing. Prat l'dam kiluach she'ena machshir sazroim, which is not regarded as dam with respect to be machshir sazroim. Okay, so again we had a discussion regarding the shlishi turning into a revi, which is a unique feature by carbonis, by carbon material, according to Rabbi Yitzchak, that's unique to actual carbon material, but not to CHULLIN being treated as if it's carbon material. But we have the same thing view. We have the other Tana, turned out to be Machlekes Tanaim, between one Tana and the other who says that actually, just as actual kodesh turns into a revi, the same with CHULLIN, shenasu ataras hakodesh. Okay, then we shifted to hechsher eichlin. When food comes into contact with a liquid, it is now considered complete, finished product, susceptible to tumah. We have those 7 primary liquids, right? Like the Rebbe in Cheder gave us an acronym that we can remember. Yad, shachat, dam, right? The 7 liquids. Yad, yudalit is yayin, dvash, shachat is shin, is shemen, ches is chalav, tes is tal, dew, dam. The last word is dam. So the dal stands for dam, and the mam is mayim. So the dam is going to be machshir. Which dam? The dam chalalam yishte. Not from a wound, not from an animal that died. Rather, it has to be an animal that was killed. Regarding the dam of a shchita, we have a machlekes. Tanakama says it works. According to Reb Shimon, was still not sure. He was machadash that the shchita itself makes hechsher, but the dam of shchita was left at this point unresolved. Now regarding dam chalal, the Gemara does point out that it's specific to dam shanefesh yoytzer, but only that has the ability to machshir. All the best to you, Psuras Toivus, and Hatzlacha Rabbah.